guys, so for today's video I have a monthly favorites video for you, though it's not really monthly. I skipped the last couple of months because it was summer, I was traveling, I didn't really have enough favorites to make a whole video. So now I have a couple months worth of favorites and it's accumulated. I have skincare, body care, fragrance, and tons of makeup, of course. These are products that I've been loving over the last few months. They've carried me through traveling, through the summer weather, and into this fall transition. It has been gloomy this week in Maryland, and I've been loving it because I'm sick of summer. I hate summer. So I'm ready for the fall vibes. I've been trying to get myself in the cozy mood. So I'm going to share with you the favorites that I've just been loving so much. And like I said, this is a few months worth of favorites. Some are newer, some are older. Getting started with skincare. This is from Province Beauty. You can pick it up at Ulta. It's the Bare Lumiere Protecting and Perfecting Cream. If you have dry skin, I think you will really love this. Now, this is very rich, but it doesn't clog my pores. I'm really picky about moisturizers because a moisturizer is very quick to give me acne. This does not give me acne, but it's very rich and heavily hydrating. I think in here these are made with pretty simple ingredients. This is inspired by French pharmacy moisturizers and skincare. So it's inspired by those ingredients. Anyways, you can see I've used a pretty good amount of this, and if you suffer from dry skin, I definitely did, especially when I was traveling and whatnot. This brought my skin back to life, made it bouncy, made it juicy, and even though it's a thicker, more rich consistency, it soaks in pretty nicely. I actually like it before makeup. I normally don't like something so rich before makeup, but this one's gorgeous. This next one is a sensitive topic in this household. You guys know a couple months ago, one of our big trips was to Japan, and I discovered the Biore UV Aqua Rich. I love this sunscreen so much. You can buy a version on Amazon in the US. I believe the ingredients are a little bit different. If you go to Japan, look for this. I'm sure the US one is still good. I've heard it's a bit different, but this is like a watery SPF. It goes on completely clear. Any makeup I put over top, there isn't any pilling with it. The issue is Jose, my husband, loves this so much. He's been using it all over his body, and I only bought 3 of them, and I just don't have enough to waste on his body. So I have to hide this. This is for my face, Jose. It doesn't break me out, it doesn't make my makeup pale, it's super light, and you can't use it on your body anymore because this is precious gold in this household. So, yeah, hide this from your husbands. They will like this because it's not sticky on the body and it's so lightweight. But this, for me, for my face, love this so much. It's like watery, it's lightweight, you can't even feel it, and it gives you that SPF protection. Truly one of the best SPFs I have ever used. And of course it was in Japan. But like I said, they do have a US version. This body lotion. I'm not a big body care person when it comes to favorites, but I just know this is going to be so beautiful on some of you guys. This is from Vaseline, of all brands. It's the Pro Vita B3 Serum Boost Lotion Luminous Glow. I recommend buying it in the gold packaging because it smells better. There was one that was red, but this one smells fresher. A little bit more fruitier if you like a fruity scent, but it smells like a fresh fruit. Fruit fresh. Like not a fresh strawberry, but like fresh, clean, but also fruity. This is really lightweight on the skin and it's not sticky at all. And it leaves the most beautiful glow to the skin that I've never gotten from any other lotion. So not only is it lightweight and not sticky, but it's also glowy. I tried to demo it. It's hard to tell because I'm so light, but just know she's glowy. Now, it's not the most hydrating, I would say, of what I have. If I'm like scaly like a lizard, I'm not going to reach for this. But if I'm heading out the door and I just want a little bit more glow to my legs, this is perfect. If you have a deeper complexion, I can only imagine how amazing this is going to look on your skin. You know, I'm so light, it doesn't really show that much, but I saw a video of some girls who have like a medium deep complexion, and then another girl who had a deeper complexion. They used this on their legs and their arms, and they were glowing without looking greasy as well. So this is a really nice pickup from the drugstore for the body. I've been enjoying the glow that this gives. Moving into fragrance, you guys know I've been on a bit of a fragrance journey. I always get comments about the fragrances behind me. I just love how a scent can bring you back to a certain point or a certain location in your life. So as I'm getting older, I'm trying to come up with new scents, new memories. I can be picky about scents too. I like sweet, gourmand. I have a very young nose, to put it nicely. I like the scents that the teenagers like, and I'm not ashamed of it. I like to smell like a bakery, but I am trying to branch out. So I got a few scents to try from Scentbird. Some of these I've had my eye on, and then other ones I wanted to experiment. They all come in this very convenient, cute drawstring bag. I love the packaging that Scentbird does. Look at this. Doesn't this look gorgeous? And it's so easy to use. You can lock it, and then you just twist the gold knob again, and then you spray, literally like that. You also, just to see the fragrance, the vial is on the inside, and you get a 30-day supply with Scentbird. Like, this is quite a lot, so you have a lot of time to figure out if you like a fragrance. It is more than a sample, you know. This is like a travel size, and it's a lot more affordable as well. And the vial will tell you what fragrance you have. So Scentbird is working with me on this portion of the video. However, I have used Scentbird in the past with my own money just to try new scents because it's a lot more affordable as opposed to buying, you know, bottles that cost like $300. So this one is my favorite one. I wanted to start off with the best one since this is a favorite video. This is from the brand Kenzie. It's Berry Beauty, and its notes are strawberry, peach nectar, apple blossom, wild daisies, sweet vanilla musk. It smells like a very fresh, clean, fruity smell. My favorite by far. I'm considering purchasing the full size of this. This one is a little bit different than I would normally go, but I wanted to try a fragrance from House of Beau. So I got Bonbon. Listen, lychee, lily of the valley, marshmallow, bergamot caramel, and aged cognac. It doesn't smell exactly like I thought it would. It has a stronger lily scent than I thought it would. That being said, I really like this one. This one's really fresh. This is one that I probably wouldn't purchase the full size of, but I'm really happy to have such a good size of this. I've also always wanted to try Acqua di Parma. So I got the Fico di Amalfi, bergamot, fig nectar, pink pepper, fig tree wood, and cedar wood. This one's really unique. I don't have anything that smells like this. It has a really nice bergamot scent to it as well. Really fresh. I think this one's great for the summer. But like I said, I was experimenting. This one taught me I don't really like leather notes. Okay, I'm gonna pronounce the name wrong. Histoire. You see it on the screen. The notes are rose, saffron, and leather. And I'm trying to mature here. I thought this was perfect to try out a new fragrance family. Rose, saffron, and leather. I don't think I like the leather note. I can really smell it here. So I'm really happy I decided to experiment with Scentbird because it taught me what notes I don't like. So this one, not for me. It is quite a sexy scent though. I don't know. I can smell a woman who this would be for. I'm too fruity for this. So because Scentbird is working with me on today's video, you get to try your first fragrance from Scentbird for only $8, and your next month after that will only be $16.95. The service is great because you can change the fragrances you want to try every single month. You can experiment. You can get ones that you love but just don't want to bite the bullet on buying the full bottle on. It really allows you to have variety without breaking the bank. Because the fragrance world, whew, it's expensive. I've learned that. They offer so many different brands on the website. It's really to organize what fragrance family you want. So definitely check out to see if they have the brands that you want to check out. But I've always been very impressed with the range that they have. If you're interested in trying Scentbird, you can use my code Morgan55 off and the link down below to save 55% off, and you get your first product for just $8. Again, that's code Morgan55 off for 55% off, or you could scan this cute QR code and it will take you right to Scentbird. Getting into the makeup portion here, I want to start off with a couple of tools that you'll see me use in the first couple demos. Always, always, always get asked about this brush. Anytime I'm using a cream bronzer style product, I tend to use this brush. This is from Patrick Ta. I picked it up from Sephora. It's the perfect chunkiness and shape to really get in this area right here, and it's nice and flat, so it's easy to blend across the forehead. I'll use this for a rough nose contour down here as well. This is so beautiful with a cream bronzer or a cream contour. So there it is. That's the answer for you. This is the brush that I've been using nonstop for the last few months. A new brush that has entered my collection that I love the shape of. Esam just recently redid their brush line, which was great before, but I can really tell they modernized these brushes. So this is the V48. It's just like a flat paintbrush style. I use this for any liquid or cream product. You've seen me use it for blending out my foundation stick today. I'll also use this sometimes for a liquid or cream bronzer. I'll use this for a liquid blush. You'll see me use it that way today. There's so many things you can do with this, and since cream products are such a hot commodity right now, the bristles here are perfect for cream products. So this is like a paintbrush for your face. It's so versatile. Now, foundation. I have one that is just like one of the best foundation sticks I've ever used. It's from Dior, Dior Forever Skin Perfect. I'm wearing the shade 2N. This is a Dior foundation in a stick form. I have always felt like the Dior foundations have this unique finish to them that's really skin-like and healthy, but perfecting and smoothing at the same time. Dior is a master at their craft when it comes to foundation. Throughout the years, they've always come out with my favorite foundation, and this stick is not fighting that. It is one of my new favorite foundations. It just feels so light. It looks so light. It's natural, but it also made everything look good and come together. It blends out so easily. I have dry skin. It feels nice and hydrating on my skin. Don't be scared of a foundation stick. I think in the past we felt like foundation sticks would be dry and heavy on the skin. Not the case with this, and you can get it really natural as well. You have a lot of control with this because of how easily it blends and how you can directly place the coverage where you want it. So you can have this be almost no coverage, just in the spot areas that you need. Oldie-ish, but a goodie. I just find myself wanting to reach for the House Labs concealer. I just think because I have a little bit of like caving in on my under eyes, and this is nice and thick. I feel like it helps with that and just pushes that area back out because the finish is a little bit glowy. It's a little bit of a thicker consistency, but it's also hydrating and it lasts a long time. It doesn't get too creasy. So this has been my go-to concealer lately. It's just funny because I've always loved this concealer, but of late I've been loving it even more than ever. It's thick consistency, it's hydration, it's longevity. Oldie but goodie, just wanted to mention this has been the concealer that I have been wanting to reach for. Of all the concealers that you guys know I have, it's a big deal when I'm going into my makeup room specifically and reaching for a specific concealer. That has been this. This one is a new product, but I think it is so good and it has not gotten the hype yet that it deserves. This is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. He just launched a new line of setting powders, and this is so blurring. I love it because it doesn't darken up the under eyes. It brightens. I'm using the shade 2 Neutral Light, and it's so smoothing. It is mattifying without being drying. It's in a similar family to Huda Beauty. This has a little bit more body to it. It's a little bit thicker than the Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty, I notice, is particularly light, but this is good when you need something a little bit more heavy duty. So this is a new really blurring, really beautiful, feels light on the skin, but definitely perfects things, gets things done kind of powder. I'm very picky about powders. I've been super duper happy with this. Oh, I'm getting a little hot. You know what powder products I've been using on my face every single year. I won't shut up about the seasonal holiday hourglass ambient lighting edit palettes. And I wanted to pick my favorite one for you guys, but I simply couldn't. I had to talk about both. I put both side to side. I would say, if I had to choose, if I could only get one for my complexion, the Dragon is my favorite. I think that the bronzer is really light and natural. The blushes are a little bit more easy. I can use a heavier hand with them. I don't love that there's two finishing powders. I just need one, but you can watch my video and I'll give you my thoughts on that whole thing. But I love the color and tone of this bronzer. The blushes, you can go mauve, you can go peachy. The highlight is the best for me of the three palettes that launched. So that's why this one is probably my favorite. But I do love the tones in the Evil Eye palette as well. This works for me also. It's a little bit more punchier on my face, a little bit more vibrant, something that I'm going to reach more for in the summer. Definitely Dragon is more of a fall style palette for me. The highlight in here is a little bit deep. That being said, I'm still reaching for this because, in my opinion, Hourglass has the best powder face products on the market. This is a formulation that cannot be duped. I've said it a million times before. So every time they come out with these holiday palettes, I think these are the best value, the best quality. And I really like the color stories that they came out with this year. There's a clear difference between the three products. In the past, when Hourglass, I don't know, weren't listening to their customers, I felt like I could have gotten all three. They could have all worked for me, but there was like similarities between all three. So it was like, was it really worth all three? I mean, for me, it was. But this year, I feel like there's three very clear differences between the color stories. So it almost makes it a little bit more easy to choose which one is best. But same deal as all the previous years, an unmatched formulation. I'm always using those, even traveling with them, because it's a reliable formula that blurs over the skin. It looks so natural yet glowy when the sun hits. It is the Hourglass filter that it gives to the skin. I'm a broken record at this point, but yeah, now I had to feature it because it's what I've been using powder-wise on my face. This was a surprise, but this is a beautiful setting spray from M Cosmetics. It's the Divine Water Perfecting Mist. If you have dry skin, if you feel like powders can look a little heavy on the skin, you have met your match. This is hydrating, but it's not too glowy. I really like the mister that they use. It doesn't make the face too wet. It has a really light, clean scent to it that I also enjoy. It's quite pleasant to apply, but I just feel like whenever I apply this to the skin, my makeup looks more hydrated. It looks more finished. It looks more smooth. It finishes it off. And if you are somebody with dry skin, like I said, I'm repeating myself here, but if you notice that makeup sometimes sits on top of the skin, I feel like this just melts it into the face. For the longest, I did not believe in like a finishing spray that actually hydrated and perfected the makeup, but this one absolutely does. They did a great job with this. This is so underrated. I haven't heard anybody talking about it, but it is a beautiful, beautiful setting spray. Onto eyes. An oldie, but such a goodie. This was my first brow pencil that I ever used, and there's just so many brow pencils on the market. A lot of times, you know, you can find great ones at the drugstore, but I did get ABH Brow Wiz Classic in a PR package, and I used it, and I was like, this is why this has been a bestseller for so many years. Now, I'm not saying that you need to spend this price point on a brow pencil if you don't want to, because you can buy the drugstore. You can get a great one. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a beautiful brow pencil, and it's what I found myself reaching for to use in my brows, because it's not overly blendable, it's not too creamy, but you can get nice definition based on how hard you press is how thick of a stroke you get or how light of a stroke you get. This is quite literally the golden standard of brow pencils, which is why so many brands have copied this brow pencil. I know you love your NYX, but NYX based it off of this. I'm just saying. I've talked about that for so many years on my channel, but it has re-entered my collection and I just love it so much. 2 words to describe the eye makeup for all the traveling that I've been doing and the hot summer weather. Eye sticks, eye sticks, eye sticks. I have my favorite high-end formula and my favorite drugstore formula, and there's no more changing my mind. A year ago or so, I went through a journey of trying to find the best eyeshadow sticks, and I've completed it, let me tell you. On the high-end side, Laura Mercier Caviar eye sticks. I've always talked about these, but these truly are the best. They have all types of finishes. They actually recently went through and redid their Caviar line. Still the great formulas, lots of the same shade, so don't worry about that. But they've kind of like updated the packaging in that sense. I even love the mattes. The mattes are blendable, they set, they don't crease, but they do have a really nice, easy, creamy glide across the eyes. So I love for the crease, the shade Mocha. That's what I use today in my crease. And even though it's a cream, it sets down, it's safe to put in the crease. I didn't show a demo of this, but I'll use Cocoa for a smudgy brown liner. I used Cocoa today. Even though it's an eyeshadow stick, I'm using it as a softer eyeliner. Really beautiful. And then, of course, they have all types of metallic finishes over the eyes, or shimmery, or more satin, whatever you want. And these just glide on the lid. They're so easy to put on. So they have 1,000,001 colors for you to check out if you're interested. But yes, if you want to have in hand the #1 most easy to use, most foolproof, long wearing, creamy to apply, easy to blend eyeshadow stick, Laura Mercier's got it. Now, a bit expensive potentially. L'Oreal has one that is not far behind. I really struggled to find a good eyeshadow stick from the drugstore because either they would be too creamy that they would crease, or they would be good in the longevity department, but they would be hard on the eyelid. L'Oreal's the best one that I found. This is the Lay Shadow Stick. These are almost cooling to apply to the eyelid. They just glide, and they also don't crease. So these are very similar, I would say, to the Laura Mercier. What's unique about these is I feel like they have a cooling sensation to the eyelid. But pretty much everything I have to say about the Laura Mercier is how the L'Oreal makes me feel. I'm wearing Twinkly Rose on my eyelid, but these are a lot more affordable than the Laura Mercier, and these are just up there. Like, first favorite eyeshadow stick in the world, second favorite eyeshadow stick in the world. And the fact that these are affordable just makes it even that much better. So if you've been in a journey for eyeshadow sticks, I recommend the L'Oreal as well. And again, why eyeshadow sticks? You hardly need to blend. You can use your finger and you just literally draw the color on, and they last, which is crazy. I love a powder eyeshadow. You guys know that. But I found this summer when I needed something quick, I love throwing on a shadow stick. And then the last 2 products I have are lip liners. I'm surprised I don't have any like lip products other than liners, but a lip liner makes the lip, let's be honest here. So Tower 28, this was a few months ago, but they have expanded their one liner range with 3 new shades, and for months I had talked about needing them to expand their range because they had only had 3 shades prior, and every single shade was so flattering, so natural, but also so different and would work for different skin tones. So they finally launched 3 more shades. Check Me Out, Paint My Number, which were the 2 that I demoed. Check Me Out is the lightest one. Paint My Number is the medium toned one. Paint My Number is my favorite. It's a little bit mauvey, about a shade or so darker than my lip. And then the deep brown one is Color Me Fine. These, the one caveat, the one negative to these is they don't set down, but the colors are so nice, it does not even matter. You hear me? It does not even matter. And they are true wooden pencils. So they're super easy to sharpen. They're super easy to get a defined line around the lip as well. the best colors, the most flattering colors. I'm so happy they expanded the range, and I quickly grabbed all 3 of the new ones, and I was worried that they wouldn't be able to live up to how amazing the first 3 shades were, but they did. These next 3 are awesome. And then also, Makeup Forever launched their Artist Color Pencil Extremes. Now, I was told by one of you that this is not a new product. However, they definitely revamped the line, the packaging, as Makeup Forever is slowly doing with their line anyways. And then, of course, brought out their most popular shades in this formula. So essentially, this is everything I wanted the color pencils to be, the original viral ones. They're long lasting now. I love the original ones. They're a little bit easier to blend, of course, but these are like the colors of the original Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils in like a Charlotte Tilbury Pat McGrath formulation. It's one where it's really creamy to apply. The original pencil you'll find will be a little bit more on the dry side. This is creamy, but it sets down and it doesn't budge. It's one of the longest lasting. So they'll have colors that you're very familiar with. Anywhere Caffeine, Wherever Walnut, and Endless Cacao. I will say when I swatched these next to the original pencils of the same colors, there were tweaks in the colors. More or less it looks the same on the lips, but just something to note. But if you, like me, have felt like those Artist Color Pencils, when you use them on the lips, they didn't last long enough, here is your answer. Like, I liked the original Artist Color Pencils because I could blend them out under my brow. I could use them in other parts of my face because they were a little bit more of a dry powder base. But since these are like a true long-lasting lip liner, when I use these on the lips, they last. So I just wanted to give you a heads up if you were a fan of those old ones but wanted something more long-lasting. We have them now. Thank you, Makeup Forever. Really clever of them to do that.
You guys, I just realized I forgot to talk about this in the video, but the Armani Luminous Silk Cheek Tint was also a favorite of mine, but specifically in the shade 62. I find some of these shades are too sheer, but 62 is the perfect everyday blush, and I use that Esom brush to blend it out. So, gotta give her some love.
So that sums up my favorites over the last couple of months. You know, I will admit, these last couple of months, I haven't been wearing as much makeup as I normally would. Hadn't had the time to really experiment with as much new makeup, but that really allowed me to hone in on some true favorites, some amazing products. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. And again, a huge thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. If you are interested in trying Scentbird and being able to try a lot more fragrances at an especially affordable price, if you use my code Morgan55 off, because that will save you 55% off at checkout and you can get your first fragrance for just $8. And I'm telling you, they probably have that fragrance that you've been wanting to try on their website. So definitely look into that. I will have the link down below to that, and I will have also the links to everything else that I talked about in today's favorites video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.